We've got some people coming in. Good morning. Appreciate you joining us today. My name is Leanne. I'm with the marketing group here at Barcom. I just wanted to give a couple more minutes here, another minute for people who are trying to get in. Go, one more. All right. I'm going to get started with it. Good morning, everybody. My name is Leanne. I'm representing the marketing team here at Barcom, and thank you so much for joining us today for the first installment in our What's New webinar series. In this session, we'll be exploring the latest in Honeywell warehouse solutions brought to you by our good friends at Honeywell. Just a couple of housekeeping notes for you today. This is being recorded, so after the webinar, we will be sending out a registration link. Give us a little bit of time, probably tomorrow, and we would love it if you would share it with your colleagues that couldn't make it today or those that you've thought of that might be interested in seeing what's new. Everyone's lines will be muted, so if you have a question, we have a chat box and also Q&A, and we'll be doing that at the end of the session. We'll be addressing your questions, and if we miss or don't have time to get to yours, we are going to email you after the webinar with an answer for you for sure. So be thinking about those questions as we go through the session. And so today I'll just run through the agenda quickly. So I'm going to introduce you to David Deerdorf, and he'll kind of kick us off. And then we will hand it over to the professionals at Honeywell, Tasha Benfield and Derek Furla, covering the scan, print, and mobility solutions, and then we'll get going. So with that, I'm happy to introduce David Deerdorf, sales engineer at Barcom. For those of you who don't know David, he has been with us for over 14 years and does a great job of helping our customers bring greater efficiency to their operations, for sure. Previously, David spent nearly 15 years as a sales manager with Microscan Systems, now part of Omron Automation, and he's a Penn State grad. Take it one way or the other, and brings strong expertise in data collection automation and wireless infrastructure solutions. Outside of work, David enjoys woodworking and spending time with his adorable grandson. David, did you want to kick things off then?
Yes, thank you, Leanne. Hello again, everybody. As Leanne mentioned, my name is David Deerdorf. I'm a sales engineer here at Barcom. I've been in the barcode industry since 1995 and with Barcom since 2010. For those who may not be familiar with Barcom, we opened our headquarters here in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 1991, nearly 33 years ago. In fact, one of the two original founders, John Rucastle, is still very much active on a daily basis here at Barcom. Today, we have sales and engineering offices in Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, where I reside, Birmingham, Alabama, and Greenville, South Carolina, with, again, the corporate headquarters in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We provide barcode and RFID solutions for track, trace, and control applications, whether inside the warehouse or manufacturing space or out in the field. We use barcode and RFID technology as a tool to keep track of assets, whether it's an engine block or a box of chocolates, as I like to say. Our focus here at Barcom is both the hardware and the software side of things. We take advantage of our in-house engineering and programming teams for software and support. And we partner up with the best-in-class hardware manufacturers like Honeywell to provide products needed that suits those needs. Having both hardware and software offerings allows us to provide you with a total solution for optimizing inventory tracking and materials management operations. Having the technical support from our staff along with the best available hardware means we can provide expertise and knowledge to fully support your project from pre to post sale. Today, we'll be focusing on some core hardware solutions, including printers, scanners, and mobile computers from Honeywell, a world leader in automated data collection hardware and offerings, and is also one of our best partners here at Barcom. In fact, we've been representing Honeywell products since 1991 under some of their previous brands like Intermec and Metrologic. Honeywell has some exciting new products coming down the pike, which they will share today. They'll also touch on their current lineup, which may be new to some of you. Now that you know a little bit about us, let's turn things over to Tasha to talk about Honeywell's printer and scanner offerings. Tasha, take it away.
Thank you so much, David. Just a mic check. Can you all hear me okay?
Sure can.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much for joining us on today's webinar. As David and Leanne both introduced, my name is Tasha Benfield. I am the US and Canada Regional Product Marketing Manager for the print line of business. I've been with the PSS business for about 4 months now and definitely learn something new every day. Before we get started, I do want to introduce our new Product Marketing Manager for our scan line of business, who is joining us today, Jo Bickford. She is doing a fantastic job onboarding and is quickly getting up to speed. Jo, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick before we get started?
Sure, thank you. Good afternoon, all. I'm so excited to join Honeywell after 21 years in retail, serving in various leadership roles throughout. I can't wait to transition those skills to my new role as the Product Marketing Manager over SCAN for US and Canada. Thank you in advance for being patient as I learn, and I'm looking forward to working with each of you. A big shout out to Tasha for covering SCAN today as I continue to learn. Enjoy learning about our new products, and Tasha, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Jo. Truly appreciate it. And before we get started, I do want to share this slide with y'all just to introduce to you the PSS business within Honeywell. We do have multiple offerings in the AIDC space, from mobile computing devices that Derek will cover later today, advanced scanning, OCR machine vision, asset identification with printers, labels and tags, voice-enabled solutions, enterprise-wide software for productivity and collaboration, and world-class partner community like Barcom. And these are our focus markets right here: distribution centers, manufacturing, retail, transportation and logistics, and healthcare. But today, it is my true pleasure to introduce to you a new product to the SCAN family line, the Granite Ultra. So we kicked off this product actually last week at our internal launch, and it is an honor to share with you a sneak peek today before our external launch in a couple weeks. We are starting with releasing the corded SR and XR models, which are ready to be delivered to business results, and 3 key messages. So if anything, key takeaways today in regards to the new Granite Ultras are going to be ultra scan performance, ultra durability, and ultra ease of use. So all these things are coming together in the new Granite Ultra package. And so one thing, just to kind of set the stage, is that in the DC warehouse or DC market, a lot of people are thinking about the future and what's moving to automation to fix scanning. Our offering manager and product portfolio manager actually came across these stats recently from a modern materials handling survey that I did want to share with you all today. So they were noting in that survey that about 21% of picking workflows are fully manual and have no plans to automate. About 25% of replenishment workflows, material handling workflows, are mostly fully manual and don't have any plans to automate. And 32% of packaging workflows mostly are fully manual and have no plans to automate. So truly, when people think about the role of industrial handheld scanners, there is a strong segment of the market that is planning to continue using these kinds of devices and looking at the next generation of devices to help improve productivity. And that's what we've done in terms of the next generation of the Granite Ultra. So when we are looking at the distribution center, most of the typical workflows that we see are ones that are encountering all day, every day, featured on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll see order volume complexity increasing, the number of SKUs increasing, the size of orders decreasing as there's getting more and more customization, more shipments, direct to customer, things of that nature. All these things truly mean that scan transactions, as you get into smaller unit levels and smarter level orders, are where productivity of the capability to scan really comes into play. You'll see things like damages to scanners. This is one of the areas that our customers have brought to our attention, and we really truly wanted to ensure that 2 specific areas were covered within the next generation. When we talk to customers about where their scanners are failing, usually a number of people indicate the scan window, and we've got a solid differentiator on the granites in the comparison to the competition on that. Number 2 is the cable for corded units. We've gotten a lot of feedback that very recently, with the majority of customers speaking to the durability of granite cables versus the competitors. So all these areas that we're seeing direct customer requirements and needs are direct benefits with the granite platform. So ultra speed scanning, fast and effective scanning, low quality barcodes. This is usually where we lose time and when users are really trying to target and we can see them struggling. And if they can't read the barcode, ultimately they're going into manual data entry to go ahead and relabel all of the user time in this extensive process and drive that value to customers when we solve these problems. So truly, I wanted to showcase an overview of the Ultra Scan performance, what makes it great. Based off of many years of scan performance testing, we know that users can generally hit that breakpoint where they can tell us the scanner is clearly faster than the scanner prior to it. Usually there's a logical target to achieve the next generation of product performance, and hats off to our engineering team on this. One way that we've overperformed is that the new Granite Ultra is scanning at about 45% faster than the legacy Granite products. So when you have a basket of goods you're scanning through, multiple products to fulfill an order, it is directly detectable to customers that it is much, much faster at reading that product. For durability, we're sticking with that 10-foot drop. For tighter sealing, we have IP65 and IP68 ratings. We're increasing the number of tumbles so that way the product performance is really there for our customers and that this product is truly going to continue operating and improve the ease of use for our customers. So a lot of times customers, they want this product, they are going to plug it into their host and they just want it to be simple to use. And we've improved a couple key elements in the next generation of Granite as well. The first one is illumination. We've got a nice crisp illumination that clearly defines the field of view. It is very intuitive for our users when they're using it and focusing on those barcodes. And another thing that we have improved is the targeting of those barcodes. So this is something that happens behind the scenes. We're doing a much better job within that field of view of quickly finding where that barcode is, handing it off to the decoder, and effectively reading much more quickly. Again, to put it, we just wanted to make it simple to use for our customers and get people to get comfortable with the device, making it much more easier and providing a great user experience for the product and for our users. And with that, wrapping up really quickly, wanted to share a timeline with you all to when you can expect it. We do have our websites updating this month, and we do believe that in distribution and first customer shipments will be around the December timeframe of this year. So really, again, enabling ultra high-speed data capture, ready to continue delivering on results. We've got the SR and XR corded versions coming out and really truly want to reiterate the ultra scan performance, ultra durability, and ultra ease of use. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move over really quickly to the Xenon Ultra so I can get over to the print section as well to give enough time for Derek to hit on the mobility. So really quickly, in today's world, customers are facing increased demands, would like a seamless experience. In order to achieve efficiency needed to create elevated customer experiences, there's a scanning solution that is needed and that empowers people to move through their workflows precisely and without impedance. So for this, we've got the Xenon Ultra. It is widely known for the Xenon Legacy brand name, as well as the Xenon XP, general purpose and light manufacturing, scanning performance, and that Ultra name just takes it one step further from its predecessor. And so it incorporates our next generation of scanning capability, allowing its users to stay productive and keep customer service as its top priority. We do have it available in a cordless Bluetooth configuration, which offers premium accessory upgrades such as interchangeable power sources, contactless charging, and magnetic retention capabilities. Object detection using infrared images is a common practice that is used to reliably locate objects both at day and night conditions. So really, truly, we want to showcase that with the Xenon Ultras, it can help increase productivity, enhanced product design, really truly taking that healthcare segment in mind and applying it to our retail and our light manufacturing applications, and innovated for your industry. It is purpose built for your workflow and your needs in order to go ahead and keep everyone on the same page and increase productivity. Last but not least, I did want to showcase to you all the 4 main key points. It is 20% snappier than its predecessor for the Xenon XP to the Ultra. Like I'd mentioned earlier, that object detection for using infrared images to help kind of place those barcodes. Enhanced product design, removal of nooks to help reduce the risk of germs, new trigger design for enhanced user comfort, and improved end user experience with the LED positioning on the top of that scanner as well as the ends facing you as a user, so you know when the battery may be dying, when the barcode has been read, and empowering technology with user-pleasing design. In addition, there's a green dot aimer to enhance visibility, targeting, and improve scan accuracy with the newly engineered and an innovative scan platform, empowering that snappier scanning operation. And you may be wondering why to transition to the Xenon Ultra. Again, not only do we have that new industrial design, the green dot LED aimer, the optimized illumination and warm light, 20% performance snappiness, a new processor, object detection, contactless charging, lots of various features to help you transfer over to the new and improved Xenon Ultra. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and detour a little bit and move over to our print section, and wanted to start off by saying we do have a printer edge platform which encompasses our print segment that includes both hardware and software. It's not an additional SKU. It is a means to go ahead and standardize the software for our printers to ensure ease of use, consistency, and streamlined processes. And so we try to do this and offer value to you as our customers and to perform in every single category that we have available. One thing I did want to mention is that majority of our industrial printers have been refreshed within the last 2 years, and we want to do this to increase the value to you as our customers, and again, standardizing our platforms for ease of use. Before we get started today on going more in depth on these industrial printers, I did want to showcase a lay of the land on what's available to you. We have printers like our PD45, which starts out with 30,000 labels per day and up to 8 inches per second, all the way to our best and biggest performer, the 10,000 plus labels per day, up to 14 inches per second at the Honeywell PX940. Rounding out our printer portfolio, we have our mobile and desktop portfolio as well. We have our mobile printers here in the light gray, from the MPD31 to the LNX3 to the RP2s and RP4s, and then some of our desktop printers, the PC42E2 and the PC45 as well. Moving right along, just to kind of give you a little bit of highlights on that very first industrial product slide, we've got the PD45 and PD40S. This is Honeywell's commercial grade industrial printer, which is really suited for manufacturing, retail, transportation and logistics, government applications. It is available with standard features such as smart printing capabilities, in which users can configure and fine-tune settings without the need for a host computer by running apps inside the printer, minimizing the need to connect to a PC. With Honeywell Print Platform and our printer edge that supports multiple print languages, the PD45s can be an effective alternative to the competing printers in the market. This is uniquely designed using minimum internal mechanical parts and all metallic frame structures. It is sturdy and durable, giving this printer a tough, compact, and sleek appearance suitable for use for a wide set of settings and applications. It has a large glass window design which allows users to easily monitor the status of the printer and its consumables. A side opening makes it convenient for ribbon and paper loading. It also features a sophisticated industrial print head which supports both direct thermal and thermal transfer printing modes. And thanks to its very ergonomic design, the print head can be easily switched out and replaced. The PD45 comes with a PD45S, excuse me, comes with a rich selection of accessories that supports wireless network interface card, parallel interface card, labeling machine, industrial GPIO, and serial interface card. It's also got peeling, rewinding, and cutting assemblies to cope with the wide range of application scenarios as well. I did want to include a couple of environments, so that way in terms of customer needs, we see repeatable print quality for high volume, easy to operate and simple to maintain, and from a device management standpoint, in order to monitor the assets and provide predictive analysis as well. Last but not least, just a couple differentiators that I've already mentioned. I do want to highlight operational intelligence. It is available to help with workflow insights, lowering maintenance costs, and improving operational efficiencies as well, provided by Honeywell. Also calibration-free, patented dual sensor technology that also supports one-time calibration feature, save labor costs, and increase productivity as well. If you need something a little bit more faster in terms of minimal downtime, we do have the next step up, which is our PM series, which compromises of our PM45 and our PM65 printers. Built for smart label solutions that help enterprise to enhance automation and intelligence in manufacturing supply chain management, this printer is designed for high quality label printing, highly connected and scalable. It is easy to integrate into your system and is minimal downtime and maintenance effort. Just wanted to showcase a couple of targeted workflows for you all in the manufacturing space and the warehouse and DC management space. Both of them, product identification and track trace, inventory management and goods, quality inspection and automatic production, error-free and on-time delivery, and logistic management. So in terms of the value to the customer, we've got, the business challenge that manufacturers must ensure correct consumables are loaded on automated lines, eliminating batch rework or scrap, which will result in an enormous amount of financial loss. So our PVM45 offers that high quality printing for the accurate barcode identification, easy integration, and operational intelligence to monitor printer health in order to help use the barcodes on materials, semi-products, feed plates, and unmatched barcodes that will trigger the system alarm, all to help solve your business challenges. And with the value to the customer for a distribution center, distribution centers need to execute high efficiency and error-free sorting on delivery. The PM45 in this case can also help with high volume printing capacity, easy integration into your warehouse systems, multiple connection methods to guarantee the printer is always connected, and enterprise readiness and scalability as well. We want to enhance the automation for companies, provide analytics to effectively and efficiently manage your manufacturing supply chain operations to improve productivity. I wanted to showcase the different UIs for both of these printers. So you've got two options, one with just the icon or a full touch screen, depending upon what you're looking for. And then I also wanted to share kind of the system of how the PM45 looks from the inside. It's got a bifold door, so it opens up to the side, just reducing the footprint wherever you need your printer to be. And with that, going to move on to its older sibling, if you will, the PM65. It is essentially its bigger 2-inch more capability, so being able to print up to 6 inches, same features and same look and feel. So if you're very familiar with the PM45, you will be very familiar with the PM65. Only difference truly is that 6-inch printing capability. It's got 203 and 300 DPI, prints up to 12 inches per second and up to 7,000 labels per day. It's got that bifold door again, just like its PM45 younger sibling, and it reduces that printer footprint by about 24%, saving lots of space for wherever that you need that printer to be. It is also 25% faster and 4% lighter in comparison to our PX65 printer. Some highlights that I do want to call out on the PM65 is it is also built on our Printer Edge platform. It's got advanced connectivity with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's got an optional RFID setting if you choose to go ahead and do so for any warehouse or distribution center applications. It's got that small footprint that I had mentioned previously, and a large media capacity as well. Here are some challenges again in terms of what you may be facing in the distribution center: increasing requirements, inventory turnover, labor shortage, threats from cyber attack, and limited site topology. We have come up with the PM65 in order to help address these issues and challenges you may be having, and wanting reliable printing output that helps keep up with a fast-paced environment, automated process to help reduce the need for manual intervention, printer security that protects your business privacy and data security, and multiple wireless connectivity options so that way you don't have dead spots in your distribution centers. In addition to distribution centers, also for manufacturing, you may be facing high costs due to unreadable barcodes, delayed shipments, which can actually cause additional downtime, managing label accuracy across multiple enterprise software platforms. And again, with the PM65, we do want to be able to provide accurate printing to help minimize those label errors, reduce downtime as much as possible, provide real-time diagnostics so you're able to see the printer health and how things are going. We want to ensure that this provides impact so that we can increase productivity for your workers, centralized printer management, which allows for consistent IT navigation, and remotely configured and connected software apps to offer a seamless experience in addition to the printer hardware itself. Last but not least, just throwing this in there so you all can see all the additional benefits, features that the PM65 has to offer. This is our newest printer that we had just released this quarter. So it is available for you all to look at. If you need to demo, please get in touch with us. We would love to assist you in looking at the PM65. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move over. I've got 2 additional industrial printers for you, and a mobile printer, and then we'll be wrapping up with mobility right afterwards. So for the PX45 and the PX65 industrial printers, we are just taking an additional step up for additional labels per day. If you don't have additional time, we want to reduce that downtime. It is flexible, it is programmable to what you need it to be, and it helps enable our customers to optimize printing operations, streamline deployment, and achieve that quick return on investment. It also has a compact size, and that doesn't prevent it from performing well. It is rugged, it is scalable for the long haul, and we've got PC and mobile applications again to support the various different methods and software you need for your business. So why PX45? Why the PX65? Again, a 4-inch option and a 6-inch option available for you depending upon your needs. We've got manufacturing, automotive, and DC warehouse spaces again for applications. Across the board, easy deployment, high volume printing, high quality and precision, ruggedness, and remote management. With the PM65, we're just adding that 6-inch print width, and then stable connectivity. We want to ensure again that any spot that you may have that might not have wireless connectivity, your printer is staying connected in order to get those barcodes printed out for you. Last but not least, I wanted to touch on some of the Honeywell print software that we've got to ensure seamless connectivity, security, and productivity for your business, for your entire fleet of printers. From an integration standpoint, we want to ensure seamless transition whenever you have a new printer, simplify enterprise print processes, and minimize that time again and effort when developing any solutions that you may need. In terms of a management standpoint, anything we can do to help printing operations stay connected and on schedule in real time, and to provide those printer performance, leveraging predictive analytics, and any insights to help identify where printing workflows can be made and even more efficient to address any challenges. From a provisional standpoint, again, we want to reduce the time it takes to set up any comprehensive printing solution, quickly connect and configure from a Windows, Android, and iOS device, whatever you may be using. And from a security standpoint, we want to help ensure that our printer operations protect your business from data vulnerabilities and any security breaches that may come your way. If you are looking for the most robust printer in terms of no downtime, up to 10,000 plus labels per day, and you need to be printing over and over and over again, 24 hours a day, we have the PX series with our PX 940. We do have two options. We have our standard PX 940A, and we do have the PX 940V. And the V is for a verification technology that is provided within this printer that is a differentiator in the market. These are high performance printers. And we do have targeted workflows for these. We have transportation and logistics, shipping and distribution centers, industrial manufacturing, all applications that are highly regulated and require that high precision and error-free printing. And so with this verification application software, we provide customers with error-free printing, predictive analytics, and cost savings. We print 100% good labels, zero failure rate, some key differentiators here, unmatched precision printing, for up to plus or minus 0.2 millimeters to improve the quality of applications and requiring small labels. And that fully integrated verification is virtually no setup, no training, no new barcode setup, which makes it really easy for ease of use for our customers. So with this integrated label verification technology, we provide customers with that error-free printing, like I had mentioned. Some pain points we had addressed are fines, chargebacks, lawsuits associated with poor and difficult to scan labels. We do offer some edge intelligence, providing customers with predictive analytics, and Honeywell platform supporting multiple languages across all of our printers in our industrial portfolio. With that being said, I want to go ahead and move over to the last print slide for today, our RP2s and RP4s. So these are our rugged and reliable direct thermal portable printers, and they offer easy integrated device management, high level of security throughout the entire printer's lifespan, and upgrades that allow your printers to be updated with enhanced features in direct store, field service, airline environments, whatever the case you may need it for, ultra rugged and durable. It is pretty lightweight, ergonomic design that allows workers to carry and operate the printer with ease. High discharge current lithium ion cell battery, operational intelligence again, if you do decide to include that, which helps to provide analytics and help manage, track, and optimize printer assets, enabling proactive maintenance and replacement. And the printer provides super media capacity, which supports labels with or without a liner as well. It can also sense gaps between labels or black marks on the top of the media. And again, has a pretty rugged, great drop spec, and has an IP rating of IP54 rating for dust and moisture, any ingress there, and operates over a wide variety temperature-wise. I know I threw a lot at you, but I really, truly hope that you find this information valuable. And, when we go to the end, any feedback you may have to make this better for you in the future, please let us know. With that being said, I'll pass it over to Derek to go over the mobility section. Derek?
All right. Thank you, Tom. Lots of great information there. So very thorough. So let me lead you next to our mobility portfolio. And I'll just start out with our mobility edge. So our mobility edge is essentially our stable and secure platform where all of our devices are deployed on and managed, and it's really geared towards enterprise operations so that they could easily access, update, even when we provide maintenance releases, patch updates, essentially manage those devices all through that platform. And so we provide that. And I'm going to go into our new devices, which are also on our Mobility Edge platform. Next slide. And so continuing on that, we have, which each subsequent release, we do provide unbroken support on Android operating systems, generally 4 or 5 years. So for example, when we launched some of our very first devices, we've supported them from Android 7 and now to Android 13. More recently, I launched the CP47 previously and launched on Android 12, and that's guaranteed to Android 16. And now the devices I'll be speaking about, CK67, that one's coming out on Android 14, and we'll support it through 18, through all Android releases. And so that's the way we guarantee our support for our customers. Next slide, please. All right, and so introducing our new CK67, designed for the warehouse. It's our ultra rugged device, yet very ergonomical. We've updated it, enhanced it from the CK65, that is its predecessor, with a more modern, sleek design, larger screen, more overmold for gripping. And then we've also put it through our user experience where we've balanced out the device. So it's very well balanced, either with or without a scan handle. And so we're pleased with the way that's come out and the way we've been able to include all of this new enhancements in the same form factor. This CK67 is backwards compatible with a lot of the CK65 accessories. And so you'll be able to reuse a lot of those due to the fact that we are able to keep the same form factor in a lot of these cases. We just launched the Wi-Fi configuration, and we have other configurations coming out in separate milestones. So starting from the first quarter of next year, we'll also have different environments, including hazardous area, non-incendiary, cold storage, and also our cellular version of the CK67 will be available in the first quarter of next year. Next slide. So I mentioned the enhancements. Going through our user experience, we've made several updates to the design that are very pleasing. Larger screen, we've updated the buttons, the touch and feel. The keypads have been redesigned to make the buttons more accessible and see between the different keypads, users with gloves, whatever the case may be. We've improved that user experience. And then as well on the sides, we've included the overmold. And so instead of having a slick body, it's more gripping. And so just definitely increase the ergonomics all around on this device. Next slide. And then just to highlight real quick, we do offer 5 distinct keypads on these devices, include alphanumeric, large numeric, and then standard numeric, as our users are familiar with. Next slide. And then along with the release, we offer a full suite of accessories, some reusable and some brand new. And so included in the brand new ones, we didn't previously have single bay chargers. And so I'm releasing a standard charge dock and an Ethernet charge dock for the CK67, as well as it's backwards compatible if you do have an inventory or asset base of CK65s. So those could be used as well. I'm also introducing a new charge base for our batteries. So within the same form factor of our 4-bay charging accessory, we'll be able to fit 16 battery slots to charge in that same space, or a 4-bay in a single charge dock as well. The scan handle, as I mentioned, has been updated, designed specifically for the CK67 with that new updated ergonomic feel. Updated as well, just due to the slightly different form factor, are new boots, new hand straps, and accessories like that. And then here on the right side, a lot of the accessories, as I mentioned, are reusable, including the charge bases that you already have. Any battery chargers that are out are reusable with these batteries, vehicle docks, and so forth. And so you'll be able to utilize those going forward. Next slide, please. And then just a quick snapshot on some of the features. You'll see them highlighted in green. So going from a CK65 to a CK67, you'll see a lot of improvements on what you'll get going from one device to the other. I'll just touch on some. So a higher standard memory, 8 gigabytes of memory standard on all devices. You know, with increasing memory use on applications, the talk of AI, what the requirements are going to be for the next Android operating systems. We wanted to make sure that devices purchased today could last for the next 4 or 5 years. And so we're offering the highest 8 gigabyte memory. We've also updated with the front-facing camera. So if users, are interested in any facial recognition on logging onto the devices or whatever the case may be on video conferencing, they have the ability to do that with our front-facing camera. And then, of course, with this new chipset, the latest connectivity, Wi-Fi 6E, 5G, and also private cellular networks like CBRS or different bands, different C bands, whatever the case may be. And lastly, the CK67 does come with a USB-C port. The port I included for easy access for our developers when they're making updates to devices or individual apps, or also if a customer decides to have a custom charging setup, whether in a cabinet or in an IT office. It's much simpler and cleaner without the use of any special adapters with a direct USB-C port. And then we also come with 3 scanning options: standard range, mid-range, which is our flex range. It comes with the green laser now. And then our extra long range, our flex range XLR is our 3rd option as well. And so that covers any use case that you would encounter within the 4 walls. Next slide, please. And next, I'd like to introduce the CK62. Tasha mentioned the printers being siblings, so this would be the equivalent of the younger brother of the CK67. So the CK62, in its own design, is very versatile, more lightweight, and would encompass more common use cases within the 4 walls. And it's designed essentially to be a versatile yet rugged device. It does not have the special environments like the CK67, so cold storage, non-incendiary, and so forth. Those would be covered by the CK67, and then CK62 would cover use cases as well. So long-range scanning, it does come with the flex range XLR and a standard range scanner, and so it will also cover distance scanning as well. And lastly, I will say that the CK62 is also on the Mobility Edge device, on the Mobility Edge platform. Next slide, please. And then, also going through the user experience, CK62 does have enhancements and updates. Essentially this is a new device as well, and we did update the housing and the scan handle, the button layouts as well. And so with this design comes with several updates as well. Next slide, please. As well, there are a full suite of accessories available for the CK62, including charge stocks, scan handles, battery chargers. A lot of them are actually able to be reused due to the fact that the batteries are the same as the CK67s. So the batteries are interchangeable. They'll be able to reuse some accessories in that manner as well. And so essentially, yeah, these devices will have a full suite of accessories. Next slide. And lastly, I will touch on our 3rd device. This is our wearable, the CW45. It was launched, I believe, last year, and it has come out to be quite popular for hands-free operations within a warehouse. Wearable comes with a keypad or without a keypad and can be paired with a ring scanner, and comes only with the Wi-Fi configuration, and essentially can be paired with anything you might need, and then have a hands-free operation. Next slide, please. Some of the accessories that come with it as well. It can be used in the universal charge base, similar as the other devices. It would just be a different cup that can be swapped, and it could access CK67, the CW45, anything you might want just through the use of the cups, including these. And then any kind of charge cables when you're pairing with a ring scanner or without, it could be with a cable or no cable, Bluetooth, whatever the case may be. All right. And I believe that wraps up my portion on the mobility devices. Thank you very much.
Terrific. Thank you, Derek. And thank you, Tasha. That's fantastic. You both did a great job. A lot of great stuff to take in right now. We have a couple questions in the chat, and then I also have some questions from the registration forms that came in. So just off the chat, right? This one that's hot off the chat here. Any issues with the devices holding a charge in cold environments? We have an unheated portion of our warehouse in Winnipeg, so it gets very cold.
Yeah, I mean, this is the case with a lot of devices that in a cold environment, the battery life is reduced. There's really no way to avoid that. And so the battery for the CK67, for example, is 7,000 milliamps. I think that gets reduced to about half. What there are options, if depending on how your use case is set up, there are options that we could consider to keep it charged at all times. It just really depends on your use case, and we could provide some suggestions in that to increase the battery life.
Great. Thank you. There's another, actually, David asked a question in the chat also. Will the CK65 battery work in the CK67 and the CK62? And it looks
Yes.
like Don Stewart said yes.
Yeah. Short answer is yes. I will say that the texture on the battery is a little bit different, for example, between the CK65 and CK67. Mechanically, it will fit. It's just the resin is a different color, but mechanically it'll fit and it'll work in any existing chargers that you might have. But the short answer is yes.
Great, thank you. Another one here that came in on one of the forms. Does the new CK67 come pre-licensed with Smart TE like the CK65 does?
Good question. Right now, the devices are being released, being preloaded with the Smart TE. We're adding a aftermarket license, and so we're going through the details right now, and we'll be able to provide some more information on pricing to get the license added. And so I guess to answer the question, we will have access to the licenses. It will not come pre-licensed.
Thank you. Tasha, I'll toss this one over to you. I'm currently using a Zebra printer. Not me, of course, whoever wrote this. I'm currently using a Zebra printer. Could the PM45 be drop-in compatible?
Gotcha. Great question. And so the thing with our printers, we'll have to see kind of the application and setting that you're using it. And a lot of things with printers is that we'll have to configure and test to ensure that it's working to your environment, any softwares that needs to be added. So unfortunately, it's not going to be like a complete drop-in switcheroo, if you will, to make it a little bit easier, but we will work with you to see what we can do in order to configure that printer to the way you need it to be.
Great, thank you. I've got another cold question. Operating in a freezer, is there a freezer version of the CT or one of the CKs for cold storage?
Yes, the CK67 does have a cold storage version. it will be out in the first quarter of next year. And currently, the CK65 cold storage, that's what we've historically had. Outside of those, the only other device with a cold storage, but I don't believe it's very popular or used right now, is the CN80. And so I believe that was discontinued. So right now, the only option is the CK devices.
Okay. And I have one more here, unless anyone else has any. I need to read codes from 30 feet away. Would the CT37 be able to do that?
CT37, yes. So 30 feet away was considered mid-range. And so we have our very reliable flex range scanner, CK67, CT37. I think maybe trying to think of what platform doesn't have the flex range. I think all of them are able to read that far. So, yeah.
Okay. David's got another question here. David Deerdorf, how long will you be supporting the CK65 and CT45XP?
Yeah, good question. So we're looking at, right now, getting the CK67 launched. We're not evaluating any plans to remove CK65 right now. But when we do, we'll provide our customers with enough time for migration plans and things like that. But yeah, right now we're not looking at ending the CK65 right now.
I hate to keep picking on you, Derek, but I got one more. Is the CK65 or even the new CK67 able to operate in a Class 1 Div 2 environment?
Yes, Class 1 Div 2 hazardous area. We'll have that configuration out in the first quarter of next year, so 2025. Yeah, so it'll be the way we have our part numbers set up. It'll have two classifications, both ATEX and non-incendiary for the U.S. So all of our SKUs are global, and so I've aimed to do that on purpose so that maybe customers with global operations, it's easier to move devices from one area to another, and also easier for purchasing as well, including our hazardous area devices.
Great. Well, that's all I had. If anyone else has any other last questions? We covered a lot today. A big thank you to Tasha and Derek for sharing all this great information with us, and thank you to everyone who took time to join us this morning. We hope you found this session informative and helpful to you in designing greater efficiency into your operations. I know there's a lot to absorb here, so and we would really love an opportunity to explore these Honeywell solutions with you on a more detailed level. So please feel free to reach out to us with any questions or to schedule a demo. Again, thanks again for joining us today. We appreciate your participation, your business, and we wish you a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, everybody.